Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Why should we take advice on sex from the Pope? If he knows anything about it, he shouldn't. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you. Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire. The other is to gain it. Youth is wasted on the young. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. Never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the aeroplane, the pessimist the parachute. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. The liar's punishment is, not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. He knows nothing, and he thinks he knows everything. That points clearly to a political career. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself and hates them for it. My way of joking is to tell the truth. It's the funniest joke in the world. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Patriotism is fundamentally a conviction that a particular country is the best in the world because you were born in it. The play was a great success, but audience was a dismal failure. Hatred is the coward's revenge for being intimidated. I'm an atheist and I thank God for it. You don't stop laughing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop laughing. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. The only man who behaved sensibly was my tailor. He took my measure anew every time he saw me, whilst all the rest went on with their old measurements and expected them to fit me. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. When a thing is funny, search it carefully for a hidden truth. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and all time. All great truths begin as blasphemies. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. There are those that look at things the way they are, and ask why. I dream of things that never were, and ask why not. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. The trouble with her is that she lacks the power of conversation but not the power of speech. Liquor is the chloroform which enables the poor man to endure the painful operation of living. The most tragic thing in the world is a man of genius who is not a man of honor. Criminals do not die by the hands of the law. They die by the hands of other men. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. We learn from experience that men never learn anything from experience. A government which robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. Power does not corrupt men. Fools, however, if they get into a position of power, corrupt power. A photographer is like a cod, which produces 1,000,000 eggs in order that one may reach maturity. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. He who can does. He who cannot teaches. You'll never have a quiet world till you knock the patriotism out of the human race. Doing what needs to be done may not make you happy, but it will make you great. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. When a stupid man is doing something he is ashamed of, he always declares that it is his duty. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. The difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she's treated. If you can't appreciate what you've got, you'd better get what you can appreciate. No man ever believes that the Bible means what it says. He is always convinced that it says what he means. In heaven, an angel is no one in particular. I'm not a teacher, only a fellow traveler of whom you asked the way. I pointed ahead of myself as well as you. As long as I have a want, I have a reason for living. Satisfaction is death. Do not waste your time on social questions. What is the matter with the poor is poverty. What is the matter with the rich is uselessness. You have learnt something. That always feels at first as if you have lost something. Happy is the man who can make a living by his hobby. Choose silence of all virtues, for by it you hear other men's imperfection, and conceal your own. First love is only a little foolishness and a lot of curiosity. Imitation is not just the sincerest form of flattery, it's the sincerest form of learning. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. I never resist temptation because I have found that things that are bad for me do not tempt me. We have no more right to consume happiness without producing it than to consume wealth without producing it. Chess is a foolish expedient for making idle people believe they are doing something very clever, when they are only wasting their time. The only service a friend can really render is to keep up your courage by holding up to you a mirror in which you can see a noble image of yourself. 2% of the people think, 3% of the people think they think, and 95% of the people would rather die than think. To be in hell is to drift. To be in heaven is to steer. My main reason for adopting literature as a profession was that, as the author is never seen by his clients, he need not dress respectably. Only in books has mankind known perfect truth, love, and beauty. There is always danger for those who are afraid. What is life but a series of inspired follies? The difficulty is to find them to do. Never lose a chance. It doesn't come every day. The more I see of the moneyed classes, the more I understand the guillotine. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Confusing monogamy with morality has done more to destroy the conscience of the human race than any other error. Two things define you: your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. The heart of an Irishman is nothing but his imagination. Forgive him, for he believes that the customs of his tribe are the laws of nature. A man of my spiritual intensity does not eat corpses. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. The plain working truth is that it is not only good for people to be shocked occasionally, but absolutely necessary to the progress of society that they should be shocked pretty often. I do not know what I think until I write it. There is only one religion, though there are 100 versions of it. England and America are two countries separated by the same language. Independence, that's middle-class blasphemy. We are all dependent on one another, every soul of us on earth. If you take too long in deciding what to do with your life, you'll find you've done it. Get out of my way, for I won't stop for you. A miracle, my friend, is an event which creates faith. You cannot have power for good without having power for evil, too. Even mother's milk nourishes murderers as well as heroes. The golden rule is that there are no golden rules. There are no secrets better kept than the secrets that everybody guesses. I have my own soul, my own spark of divine fire. You are going to let the fear of poverty govern your life, and your reward will be that you will eat, but you will not live. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut, and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. Life is not meant to be easy, my child, but take courage. It can be delightful. George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright, critic, and political activist who lived from 1856 to 1950. In addition to his plays, Shaw was known for his sharp-witted commentary, which was both humorous and thought-provoking.